Sanding walls before you paint? Do it the Hyde way, not the hard way, with Hyde's dust-free sander. Attach to your wet dry vac and go. No drywall dust on your furniture, no tough cleanup when you're done. Buy online at Amazon.com. Sanding walls.
This is my fix-it-up life, and I want to say, Mark, what do you think of 50 Shades of Greige?
I've got several things I need to respond with in order of importance.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yes.
Secondly, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Thirdly, I think we have the right guests in terms of expertise and in terms of hilarity quotient.
Yes.
Roger and Chris Hazard.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're good. We're great. What an introduction. I don't know if I should be happy about that or shocked.
Well, you're so well known for loving beige and everything.
Oh, yes. Let's pour it on.
You guys have the gray house.
This is
And
true.
you guys are fabulous with color. Like, you bring in such beautiful pictures. Whoa!
Hey, we've got a
Music.
video playing.
All right.
And
let's
we have our
jam.
own soundtrack, too, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You do. The Gray House has its own soundtrack. That's fabulous. Beautiful furniture that you make that I have on my wish list that Mark won't buy me.
Yeah, made, by the way, in America, which it's
Made in
awesome.
America.
It is awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll just go right into the hilarity.
Yes.
I read on rogerandchris.com the Our Story page, and I had to stop reading it for a while to laugh, and then come back to it.
Yes, our life is a little funny.
And that's mostly true, too. I mean, there's very little exaggeration in that, amazingly. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well, and the thing with the Roger that I watched the first 4 episodes. They're up on, is it rogerthat.tv?
Yes.
Yes, everybody should go and watch that. There are absolutely fabulous tips that you can get in there. And also the cool things that CertaPro Painters is doing for veterans, too. I loved that information that was in the
they're
episode.
doing some amazing work, and it's such a cool organization.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, that I love watching when they have the double. This is what a dweeb I am, by the way. Veterans, that's great. Thank you, America. They have a roller that's like 17 feet wide.
The crazy roller. I know. It's
How do you-
amazing. And they whip. I mean, they managed to paint an entire ceiling like purple, and then there's not a speck of paint anywhere where it shouldn't be. It's incredible.
Wow.
I think that's a superpower.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful that other people have that superpower, so we don't have to have that. We don't. We can call the superheroes in. They do it, and then we can just take a nap or whatever.
So the part about picking the perfect paint color, and that's something that I know that I get asked a lot, is what color should I paint my house? And then I say, I don't know you very well. Like, what color is, I can see what you have on, or, what color your car is, or, what's your favorite color? What does your family think? There's so many questions you have to ask. But what's the obsession with the greige? Everybody then, seems to say, oh, I want to bring paint in. And then they end up in that greige area where it's
There's
so
been a big
neutral, it's
shift,
not
yeah.
even there. Yeah.
Well, I think the main reason for that is that everything goes with gray. Not everything goes with beige. I've never asked an audience when speaking, raise your hand if your favorite color is beige.
Not a lot.
And then I ask people to stand up if you love wearing beige. It doesn't happen,
Yeah.
But everybody wears beige, and everybody has beige in their home.
Yeah, if you
Don't
ask-
Why
wear
is that?
They wear beige pants, but it reminds you of a uniform. It's like a work color. It's not a fun color. Yeah. However, with gray, you can throw in hot pink. And if you flash back to our house, that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, I
It
like
goes
that.
with everything. I mean, that's exactly why we called it the Gray House. Basically, it's like anything but gray.
Yep. Is gray like a foundation color that you use to bring in the more powerful colors where, say, somebody doesn't want to paint an entire room red, or some power color. You know what I mean?
I think it's a natural balance between what he wants and what she wants. It's like like I said, sometimes it can tone things down, or it can intensify a color that you really want people to notice. So we used a dark gray and light gray throughout our house, and then we bring in punches of hot color, so it's not overwhelming.
I love chili pepper. Like, I love hot stuff. But I'm not going to have a dinner made out of just chili pepper. That would be horrible. So I think what ultimately, you have to use some neutrals in your life. You can't get away from it. They're going to be part of your home. And what we're trying to do is at least transition away from these traditional warm neutrals that have just dominated our world for 20 years to something that's a little bit more true neutral that lets you bring in, like Roger said, bring in pinks and bring in pale blues in a way that's not going to be tugging against that beige and causing conflict.
It makes it feel a little bit more sophisticated and adult.
And less dated, too. The beige is... It's not flattering.
It feels like beige is one of those colors, if you've ever been in like a new subdivision where they're building 5,000 houses, and they just go in and light off a paint bomb. Yep. They paint the trim, the windows, the cabinets, everything is that color. Maybe they'll come back and paint the trim white, but it's like, it's industrial color.
Right. I mean, have you ever seen the cover of a shelter magazine with a beige house on the cover? No. They don't ever feature beige rooms in magazines. Never. They don't sell. It's like fashion. If you went into a department store and everything was beige, would you feel like you're on another planet? Get me out of here?
That is so true.
I think part of the reality, too, is there's nothing wrong with having a room that has neutral walls. But when you have a room that has neutral walls, the intention is to then put furniture or artwork in there that captures someone's attention. I think what happens is people say, oh, well, I have this neutral room. And then they go shopping for a sofa and they say, well, I don't want to make a decision, so I'll just go with a neutral sofa. And then
that is the problem. They're putting beige on top of beige.
Everything ends up neutral, and you have these houses that just don't make any sort of impact at all.
So keep your beige furniture, some of it, not all of it, and then add some color, spice up your life.
No, the opposite of...
Yep, sorry.
The opposite of that, though. Like, have you gone into houses where, like, for Roger, that or other kinds of things that you've done for design, gone into houses and you're like, okay, we all love color, but, like, you do need to have a neutral.
But someone get Don Johnson on the phone.
That looked like a parrot blew up. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you bring those people back to?
Bring in some some gray. Oh God! See, I got to get out of that old mindset too. Bring in the gray. Keep some of the color and neutralize it with some gray. I always use gray as an example, but there are black, gray, and white are three colors that everything will go with.
We do a lot with white, and it's all about finding the right white too.
Yeah,
Mark has a question.
Back in the second row, back here. Question: I'm a crown molding fanatic, and I've installed tons of it, and I love it in rooms, and I love the whole textural thing it does, but I've only ever painted it white. Have you guys done or think about doing painting crown molding some offbeat, off-the-wall color that actually makes it better?
Well, actually, Mark, that's very funny you're asking that, because that is the next big trend. People are wanting to paint their window trim black or dark gray now. That's really because, in other words, if you want lighter walls, then you want to highlight the trim. White on white is not going to highlight your crown molding. So they're doing the opposite. They'll go with a white wall or a light color hue, and then they'll take a dark color like dark gray or black on the window trim, and it's striking. You're going to see more and more of that. Just like the gray craze is taking over, trim is going to be the next thing that's going dark.
We're also seeing a lot of people go with stronger colors on ceilings. Really take the ceiling into the equation because it gets forgotten so often. It's just, it's just ceiling white, ceiling white. We're seeing stronger colors, and that may or may not include integrating the crown molding into that.
Wow. Well, I should use that on this new project that I'm working on.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. If you put that at the end of your name,
it's
it makes it so much more special.
You didn't make me one.
This is my project.
What will yours be, Teresa? Your name is too long, Teresa. That's the problem. You can't fit it on the little circle.
And there's no double entendre. Roger that means communicated. Done. Mark that must mean something that I made up 10 minutes ago.
Chris, do you want to go talk over somewhere else with me?
I've already got Chris this. I've got that already to know. That's my spinoff. So
yours can be Teresa everything.
Really embrace the length of my name and just, go with it.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
I'll run with it.
Or T-me or something.
T-me?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, in just the minute or so we have left, I want to know what's happening on the next episode of Roger That.
Well, we're actually getting ready to leave for a shoot, and this is going to be the biggest project we've taken on Roger That. I'm a little nervous. It's going to be a 2-episode adventure. I mean, because it is so big. We're bringing in so many different people because we want to address something that a lot of people have to tackle, but in a very realistic way of tackling it, not in your Hollywood blow it up and then put it back together in a day. We're going to show what's really involved, like you guys do, to take on a project. But then, when you're spending all the money on one thing, how do you address the room that's adjoining it when you're out of budget? So we're going to show people how to tackle that.
Are we going to tell them what room of the house it is?
Well, we're doing a kitchen and a family room.
Oh.
Whoa.
That's a major thing for most people.
Very
kitchen
emotional,
alone.
stressful, and it's a lot of workers on top of each other.
Yeah.
And it's not Hollywood. We don't have 50 people coming in and doing it in 2 days. So it's the real thing. It will take 2 weeks. So we'll be popping in and out with the homeowners, making sure that everything gets done correctly.
Very cool.
Wow. Oh, that's exciting.
We have a couple of other episodes that are going to be coming out very soon. We have an episode shot down in Raleigh, North Carolina, where we make over a living room dining area for a couple they're empty nesters, so they have to kind of readjust to how they live in their house now. And then after that, we have a master bedroom that we have to tackle that had a pretty distinctive sense of style.
Yes, it's not something that you see every day, but if you were in the room, you could see yourself from wherever you would stand. If that's kind of a clue.
Or sleep.
Or sleep. You could see yourself. Yeah.
That's not creepy at all.
No.
Turns out we have to go.
Creepy. It was a little creepy.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I can't
if
wait
you don't like
to
the way
see
you
that.
look, you couldn't walk into this room.
That's hilarious.
Do you know when that is actually going to pop up before we have to jump out?
Within a couple months, and then the other episode in Raleigh will be out probably in a month. Those will all be on the site as well. Like Teresa said, we've got 4 episodes up now, so we have another couple that are rolling out, and then our kitchen one.
And then our own house will be up pretty soon, too, hopefully by August.
We actually finished the renovations of our house, designing everything. It's full of our own DIY projects and furniture and things like that, so there's a lot of takeaway from it. And that's all going to be up very soon.
Very cool.
Well, Roger That TV, Roger and Chris on Facebook. Thanks for hanging out with us. Keep your design and DIY inspired while you're on the move with more of my Fix It Up Life tips. And we will see you later. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Ain't no job that's too small. Change a bulb and a patch a wall. If it's loose, I'll make it tight.